The Inferno prison is a hostile place. The guards are mostly black dragonborns and the toughest of dwarves, covered in black armor to make them appear even more menacing and unpersonable. The inmates are even more feared, as their muscles have been seared and become taut from both excessive heat and the labor of mining deeper and deeper into the earth. The road down seems to spiral continuously into a hole, unending. The only thing that is discernible is that somewhere at the bottom is a yellow, hot light source, burning more cruel than any sun. Each inmate digs their own cell, a guard explains to you all. And if they don't dig it before lights out, they sleep on the ground for the first few days. You pass a woman with soot on her nose and over her red eyes. Her body is lean in an unnerving way for a dwarf. She smiles widely at you all. Her teeth have been shaved down to be sharp. And before you have any sympathy for this lot, you do well to remember that this is where Catharsis' worst murderers and other such criminals go. Petty thieves, spouses who might have murdered in defense of themselves in domestic violence, fools who have started a petty bar fight or two. They don't end up here, even if you commit tax evasion, as I learned from my uncle last week. He's fine, but he's cranky. This is for only the twisted and the violent. Clang, clang, clang. Chief among them being the fallen guardian of Dragon's Hearth. Clang. A boulder 3 times the size of Gwilla breaks in two, straight down the middle. Each half falls, boom, boom, to each side. Standing in front of it is the inmate who broke it, and he looks like he is literally on fire. He is standing at a demanding 7 feet tall. Fire genasi, obviously. He is aged, but his amber-colored skin clings to his muscles and veins. His hair tumbles down in rippling waves of red flame down his back and past his shoulder blades. On each wrist is a black bracer that seems to strangle his arms so tight. He has matching leg bracers as well, and he is barefoot on this very hot ground. He wears rolled up pants and no shirt, like most of the inmates here. You guys are sweating just being here. Though his body is impressive, it is not attractive, being severely scarred and skinny in the wrong places. It is a miracle his waist can hold up his rib cage and the muscle on his shoulders. Coppersen! The guard calls to him. The fire genasi slowly turns his head over his shoulder, some of the flames of his hair wisping just above his sunken, empty eyes. They are coal black, almost soulless. He has red flaming beard as well that travels past his ribs. His eyes meet Wick's. In Gwilla, you see Wick go as still as stone. But unlike his father's gaze, his is ice cold. You have a visitor. Your first one. The fire genasi huffs at the guard. Meet us in the control chamber. the guard instructs as he guides you all along. Looking over your shoulders, you see this man's movements are slow, but as he follows, you almost feel like you're being stalked by like a large jungle cat. It's a very predatory energy. The control room, or the control chamber, is a small room dug out of the stone. There are 2 rooms. One that has a table and chairs, otherwise is very empty, and the other has desks and notes. Connecting them is a mirror on the wall that is obsidian black. On the side, facing the table and chairs, the mirror appears to be reflective. On the other room, it acts as a window. Fester Coppersen sits, his hulking body too big for his seat. He is alone in the room save for the 2 guards flanking him on either side. You are all in the other room looking into his. Fester is looking at the ground. Wick cannot look away from the mirror at his father. Will anyone be accompanying you, Lord Coppersen? Only if they wish it.
I think Gwilla would accompany me.
Lilith would too.
If you 2 want to stay and observe, as sort of backup, you may.
Yeah, I don't think Ellie would feel right doing that.
Cool.
I will say, like, is it cooler in there, do you think, or would it just be hotter in the other room? Like, temperature-wise.
Are you asking the guard?
No, just in you as the DM.
Oh, okay. In this control room that you are currently in, the temperature is moderate. It's like normal. It's still a little warmer than most of Dragon's Hearth, and that's saying something, but it's not as bad as the Inferno, where everyone's digging. In there with Fester, it's hot.
So I think Paeris is gonna kind of be like, yeah, I'll totally accompany. And they like take one step, and it's like, they're like,
it's too
nope, never mind.
Oh, toasty! Do you still go?
I think Lilith goes, maybe not necessarily for Wick, but definitely for Gwilla.
Okay.
Just because she doesn't know Wick as well as Gwilla, but she knows that Wick is very important to her, and that she might need support too.
Oh, that's very sweet.
And so you 2 stay with the main guard. You guys enter. At this, Fester does look up, and he's not surprised to see Wick, but he is surprised to see you 2. And he sort of looks confused as to who you are and why you're here. Wick sits down, and you do see as his hands are on the armchair, they start to tremble a little bit.
I'm gonna put my hand on his shoulder and give like a light comfort squeeze.
He puts his hand over yours and squeezes back.
I'm just gonna look at his dad and I'm gonna be like swishing my tail kind of violently.
One of the guards goes, "Look," and has to jump out of your tails away.
Lilith just gives a stone cold stare. She has no sympathy for this man and all the horrible things he's done based on what little Wick has told her, but she says nothing. She knows this is not her place to speak. Yet.
Alright. Lilith and Gwilla and Wick, you will all make a Constitution saving throw, and I'm not going to tell you what it's for.
Okay.
Constitution. Woo.
Okay.
17.
17, I got 18. You got 18. Wow, everybody's high rollers. Wick did well too. Something is definitely off about this man. And not in the way you would think. Lilith, you especially feel something sort of familiar, but you can't quite place what it is. All you know is that you sort of feel, if you were not in a better place right now, you feel that your child self would be afraid.
Okay.
Does he have any markings or anything on him? Tattoos?
He has a
anything like that?
lot of tattoos and a lot of scarring.
Any that are familiar? Any that are a symbol of anything recognizable?
Roll investigation.
20.
20. You do spot something out of the many, many markings. One of them being from the books way back when you first went to Dragon's Hearth. One of the markings looks familiar from being in the books about Fultus.
Hmm.
And it's almost like his oldest symbol is on his shoulder.
I am gonna chuck Lilith a brain fart. Where is it on him?
It's on his shoulder. It's sort of like right here. It's not very big though. There's other decoration going around it. It's sort of intertwined with a lot of language.
Lilith, check out his left shoulder.
Lilith, I'm gonna have you roll investigation, but with advantage.
15.
You see it.
Okay.
May I also investigate? Is there anything that Paeris would notice?
Not
Anything
if you were looking for something in his tattoos, you can roll investigation, but unless Ellie tells you, you're not gonna know right away.
Okay.
I mean, I'll tell.
You tell Paeris too?
Sure.
What do you guys think about that? What conversation do you have in the other room?
Do you see the Fultus mark on his shoulder?
Yes, and I'm not surprised.
What do you think that means, though? Maybe he's some sort of...
Fanatic?
I'm wondering if he's somehow getting power from him, like Gabriel.
Suppose it's not impossible. I guess I'm also wondering if there's anything like from the criminal background that would tip me off about him.
You see the, and I won't have you roll for it because
Okay.
it would make sense for you to know. You don't see anything like Thieves Guild specific, but you definitely see like tattoos that bigger criminals would wear that say like essentially piss off unless you want to die. Like usually the meat of a mission.
Right. Okay. Cool.
But those ones are fairly new. Like he probably got them while he was here. The Fultus tattoo looks older, but not from his youth.
Lilith is on guard. Very much on guard.
Yeah. I want you to roll a deception check for me to see how poker face you can be about that.
Okay.
And in turn, I will roll for him.
15.
You have a pretty good mask on, and you make eye contact with him, and at first, it seems pretty whatever. Then as he looks away from you, he smiles a little bit. And he looks at Wick, and the smile drops. Father, I thought you were my son. So you did run away. I think that's a very natural reaction for a child. A man would have stayed to fight me. I was a child.
Can I grip Wick's shoulder and kind of lean forward and say, a man would have known how to control his emotions?
I want you to roll a Constitution saving throw again.
Sure. Ooh, I did good. I got 20. Ooh.
You're as cool as a cucumber.
And my
when you say
tail is
that.
swishing even faster.
He looks at you, and you feel a weird, not in an attractive way, but a magneticism, like a pull in his gaze.
I'm
When
gonna
you
read
say
his-
that.
I'm gonna read his mind.
You want to read his mind?
Yep.
I want you to roll a Constitution saving throw, but at disadvantage.
I'm gonna make it canon that I'm gonna switch one word in what I said to him. Not control, but not misdirect his emotions. There we
4.
go. That was a better way.
4. So Ellie, you go to read his mind, and immediately he looks past Wick and through the glass in at you, and suddenly you feel it in your arms. You feel this visceral, burning anger. You start thinking of all the things that make you angry. And you want to throw everything in this room. You want to toss tables. You want to burn paper.
I'm gonna sit on my hands.
You don't get to control that.
Oh, fuck!
Do I notice this?
You're gonna in a minute.
You're gonna in a minute.
Am I gonna get tossed?
So I want you to roll me 1d4. And we're going to decide what you try to destroy in this room.
My D4 is right.
1. You throw Paeris.
Oh, fuck. Ellie's got noodle arms, though, so
You're gonna
hefted too far.
You're gonna cast Druidcraft.
Okay.
And have a vine just.
That's not how Druidcraft.
It's not? I thought you could just plant
You
things.
can't damage things with Druidcraft.
Oh, what can you damage things with? What is your what are your violent spells?
Moonbeam.
Violent spell? I mean, yeah. I mean, I have a quarterstaff.
Yeah,
You
can
could just whack
me?
Paeris.
Yeah.
Go to Horny
So
jail.
roll strength. And what are you shouting when you hit Paeris?
Roll a 19.
Wait.
What am I shouting?
Yeah, like what are you choosing to be angry about right now? Like what would make you the most rageful blindly?
I mean, a lot of things, but nothing that would be enough to whack nothing that would make me want to hit Paeris.
You are not aware that Paeris is Paeris right now.
Okay.
You're
Who do
seeing
I
red.
think Paeris is?
You think Paeris is just an object and you need to break it.
All right, do I roll damage?
I take it a 19 hits you.
Oh, definitely. I'm gonna also use Uncanny Dodge in this moment.
How do you do that? How does that work?
Try and snap me out of it.
When an attacker that you can see hits you with an attack, you can use your reaction to have the attack's damage against you. Basically, I have really good reflexes.
So it doesn't hit you.
I can have the damage. It's still gonna hit me.
I mean, it does very little damage by itself.
Yeah, roll damage.
Bang.
5.
So 2,
Okay.
because it rounds down.
I'll
Right?
take it. Yeah. So I think their response to this is they're just gonna see an object coming at them out of the corner of their eye and like throw their hand up and just like block it probably as best they can. It's probably still gonna hurt and they're gonna be like, ow, fuck, Ellie, what's wrong?
You cause a hairline fracture in Paeris's arm.
I can fix it, don't worry.
What do you shout out of pure anger? It could be about anything.
What if she just yells? She just screams.
She could just scream indiscernibly.
Yeah.
The guard goes, whoa! Whoa!
It's okay. Because, I mean, I imagine they were paying attention and, just noticed that
The
you
other
just
thing is,
stared at Ellie.
I don't know if this makes a difference or not, but I am currently a tiefling.
That
Does that mean anything here?
No.
No.
Do you mean like racism? Like tiefling racism?
Well, no. Like if there's some sort of insinuation that like I've broken somehow or something, because they're all programmed to do things, right?
Only the ones that have been at the Panacea orphanage.
I thought all of them had been. I thought that's where they
No.
made tieflings.
That is where they originally made some tieflings go, but not all of them.
Okay,
Gotcha. A majority of them went to the orphanage, but that's a generalization. And also, we're 80 years past the orphanage,
okay.
so some tieflings have never been there.
But it still exists.
It still exists, but like, not everyone is trapped there
Gotcha.
anymore.
Okay.
There was sort of a
I just
jailbreak
wasn't sure.
situation.
Okay. I just wasn't sure if that.
But yeah, that doesn't change anything according to the guard. He just
Okay.
sees a person going crazy.
I'm just gonna resume and just be like, shit. Oh, damn, you can really swing that thing. What just happened to you?
Roll a Constitution saving throw to see if you can snap yourself out of that.
16.
In your rage, the world sort of is vibrating for you, and it slowly consolidates a little bit, and you see in front of the mirror another Ellie who has red eyes.
Did I have red eyes to Paeris a minute ago?
And this Ellie goes, I'm just so mad. I'm so tired of trying to fix everyone's problems. Maybe we should just be the problem. That's what we are anyway, right? What do you say?
Nothing.
Aren't you mad? Aren't you tired? I mean, clearly, Watsonberg catching the curse was our fault.
You're right.
And everyone just wants to hurt Sidra. Why don't we just tell her we're alive and we can help her?
Because that won't help her.
And with that, the other Ellie suddenly frowns. You're disappointing, and evaporates. You heard everything Ellie said to herself, but you did not hear the other end of that conversation.
Can I try to shake her out of it?
She's already out of it.
She's already out of it.
Do I know what I did?
You don't remember.
Okay.
I'm just gonna have like my arm kind of tucked underneath my clothes for now. Because we're gonna just take that out of the equation. They're gonna be like, are you okay?
That guy's doing magic.
And we're gonna cut to the other room.
Okay.
You guys saw Fester look at the other room for a hot minute, like past Wick. And Wick sort of frowned and like looked back, and when he turned back around, Fester was looking at him like nothing had happened. Do you feel bad about what you did? Because you should. I should. Shouldn't I? That would be the moral thing. I think at one point I would have. But I've been freed. And now I'm living my truth. Unlike you three. You're still lying to yourselves, aren't you?
What makes you say that? Who makes you say that?
I want you to roll a Constitution saving throw for saying that specifically.
I'm pushing buttons.
What is that? What'd you get?
I got 11.
11? He looks at you. And you're angry. You're not super angry, but you feel that rage sort of come up like as if you were gonna do Dragon's Fire, but in a more metaphorical way. You're not actually gonna do it. And you do feel yourself sort of trembling. Wick turns to you. Gwilla, it's okay. We don't need to. And when he touches you, you feel like your skin is on fire. What do you do in reaction to that? Not processing that Wick is who he is.
Okay, pre-warning for anybody who doesn't like, not intense self-harm, but like slight self-harm. Not knowing that it's his hand, she feels like the stone is growing back over the skin that's appeared, and she goes, no! And like tries to rip it out.
I want you to roll damage on yourself.
And I'm gonna preface, she thought his hand was the stone though.
Right.
Oh, so she's not touching herself, she's touching him.
But the intent is self-harm.
Yes.
Yes. That's why I said.
And I want you to roll damage, not to hit. So, what is your claw damage?
Well, I don't know if it's on here.
Let's do 1d6.
1d6. Okay. Oh god, I got a 6.
A 6.
Yeah. Ow.
Ah, Gwilla, why did you do that? And I want you to roll a Constitution saving throw to see if you can wake up from hearing that you hurt Wick. And he is now bleeding green blood on his hands.
What are the guards doing?
The guards are like, whoa, this has not happened before, and they're not sure what to do.
And you said what was I rolling again?
Constitution.
Okay, yeah, I snap out of it. I got a 19.
You, in this 19, you see in the dark corner of the interrogation room another Gwilla with red eyes.
I think we should just kill him. He's just a problem. He's hurting Wick. We might hurt Wick someday. Maybe Wick would like us more if we killed him. Maybe he'll stay. Unlike Val. You put too much trust in others.
And she disappears, and you see Wick bleeding from his hand. But he doesn't look upset at you, he just looks surprised and kind of scared.
I'm going to. Can I tell that his father did that? Like, did something?
You can tell something triggered you, and it was something you said to Fester, so you can discern that either some entity is with Fester doing this, or it is Fester.
Okay. I think her intuition would tell her that it had something to do with his direction, so she's gonna quickly turn to him, and as she does that, green smoke's gonna come out of her nose, and she said, "Watch it." And she's going to look back at Wick, and she's going to just gently grab his hand, and she's gonna cast Cure Wounds on it.
What happened?
I don't know. Somebody was toying with my mind. I was not myself.
Question.
Yeah.
Is this sort of mind control thing something that Lilith saw in her past with followers of Fultus?
Nope.
Interesting.
This is brand new.
Lilith is going to say, and I forget the incantation, but whatever the greeting is for individuals who follow Selene.
Follow the one true God. The moon is the light in the darkness.
Yeah, she's just going to say the moon is the light in the darkness. Whatever you're doing, you will stop it.
Are you talking about that false half?
Who says that half is false to begin with? Perhaps it is the one you follow who is the false half.
No. My God doesn't lie.
Your God compelled you to kill, and he compelled you to hurt my friends, and I will not let that stand.
She hurt him. I did nothing. That impulse was always there.
That's what makes her different from you. You didn't have that control of your emotions, like she said. She does. And that makes her infinitely stronger than you will ever be.
You say that like you can control your emotions any better. And I want you to roll Constitution saving throw.
I'm gonna chuckle when he said that.
And roll with disadvantage. Because you really egged him.
Good. 7.
In a blind rage, you're going to attack this man.
Okay.
I want...
How do I attack?
However you desire.
All right.
Right now, he is enemy number 1.
All right, let's
He
see.
needs to die.
Then I'm going to use...
Am I gonna be aware that this is starting to happen?
Depending on what she uses.
Okay, if it's a spell, okay.
If it's a spell that she has to like do hand thingies, you can try to stop it. But if it's a physical attack, the most you can do is maybe try to get to her in time. But even then, we'll have to do contest roll.
We'll do the old reliable Eldritch Blast.
I'm gonna say you can't stop that one.
I'm still gonna, acting-wise, notice this and be like, Lilith, no!
Roll me damage.
So it hits for sure.
Oh yeah, roll to hit, I guess.
Yep. So let's see. We've got. And the thing is, do I add all my do I have to add all the modifiers and stuff?
Do it.
Okay. I kind of want to see where this goes. I don't know how this will land with Wick, but oh, what this is gonna be interesting. That's 1 plus 7 is 8 plus 2 because of my violin is 10.
Cool.
16 plus 7 plus whatever that hits.
Yeah, that is.
Clearly.
Roll me damage.
Let me make sure this is actually by D10. And not like a D100, so that way I know exactly what I got.
And when he's moving out of the way, he is smiling the whole time.
6 plus my charisma modifier. So that is going to be 4 is 10.
You get him real good in the shoulder.
Okay.
Did you blow his focus mark off?
You know what?
Yes.
We're gonna say you aimed for that.
Yeah.
Probably.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's cool.
You get his shoulder. That was a good one. And he enjoys it. As his skin is searing.
He's made on fire.
And the guards go, whoa, this is too much. Okay,
I think-
you need to stop. And they look at you, Lilith. Roll a constitution saving throw to see if you can snap out of it.
Okay.
8 plus 3 is 11.
I want
You do
to
not snap out of
I
it.
want to run into that room.
All right,
Also run
you
into
two
that-
can intervene. You're coming into the room, but Lilith, you're going crazy.
Yep.
You're gonna go for the next guys.
Can I try to...
The guards who are getting in front of you.
Okay.
Like, you need to stop.
Can I try to go in front of those...
Oh no. Not 20.
Roll damage.
well.
Roll me.
Wait, I gotta roll the other
I
beam.
asked to jump in front of those guards.
Yeah, you did.
And the other one hit. So,
Okay,
so who am I
I jumped
hitting?
in front and was
You're
like,
hitting
Lilith,
Gwilla?
stop!
All right. Let me just see. So
You're hitting Gwilla.
Hee. Oh boy.
May I hold an action for whatever happens happening next? Okay.
So I'm going to have the non-crit one attack hit Gwilla, and then the crit one will hit the guard.
Cool. Roll me damage for both of them.
All right. So first off will be the one that hits Gwilla. Oh no.
What'd you get?
12.
12 damage on Gwilla. Gwilla, you take an Eldritch Blast to the gut. And it's almost too familiar to the magic missile you took when you died.
Oh. I'm pretty sure I'd fall and I'd hold it and like look at it and I would start having a panic attack.
All right. Roll to see if you can contest your panic. And roll with advantage because Wick is coming to aid you and being like, Gwilla, oh my goodness. Roll damage on that guard for me.
Or guard. So that's gonna be. So let me just see.
It's double damage.
So is the 10 a 10 or is that
It's a 10.
24?
You killed the guard. No! This guard is against the wall, just seared, and the other one goes, stand down!
I want to. You first.
Yeah, you go first.
I'm gonna turn to you, Ellie, and be like, we need to do something.
He's using magic.
Can you tell them all with your brain powers that he's using magic and not to look at him?
Yes.
Okay.
So, Ellie, you do that?
Yeah.
And the guards are like, okay, but she just killed someone.
She's under his influence. He's doing it.
I would also like to take this opportunity to cast, I guess, one of my first spells and use Tasha's Hideous Laughter on Lilith.
Cool. Roll.
If I can.
Or do you have to roll for that?
Do I?
That just happened.
I've got Tasha's here. Tasha's is.
The target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw
Or fall prone.
becoming
Roll wisdom
incapacitated.
saving throw.
All right. Fail. Plus 7.
7 total?
Yeah.
As you're in this blind rage, you come to and see this man's dead body that you just murdered.
Mm-hmm.
And for some reason, it's fucking hilarious.
I thought I got to cast and say a joke.
Oh yeah, do you want to say a joke?
I mean, I don't really have anything good, but...
opportunity. Go for it. Never mind. That never happened.
I mean, I love that. The joke was very gruesome.
Tell the joke.
They're gonna drop on the table with their like fucking broken arm and just be like, "Hey, Lilith,
What?
boogity boogity."
And in your fanatic laughter, you go to the floor prone because you're laughing so hard. But a part of you realizes like you're starting to process what happened.
Okay.
And it becomes like a laugh cry.
Yeah.
Like a sad, weird, like psychotic cry. And looming over you, just standing over you, is another Lilith. But instead of you currently, it is Lily Eve. You're a disappointment. And she vanishes. And at this point, the other guard recognizes that Fester is doing this, and he goes to knock him out, and Fester just raises his arm and grabs it.
I want to pile drive in.
Hold on. And he says, I'll behave. And he gets up and starts to walk away. Do any of you stop him?
Yeah.
Well, did I come out of my panic attack?
What did you roll?
I got a 13.
You are still in the panic attack. You are in the throes.
Okay.
What are you saying in your panic attack?
Oh gosh. I feel like she'd be holding it and saying, I actually want to live now.
You're gonna live. You're gonna live. You're gonna be okay. It's not that bad. You're gonna be treated. I will not let you die. Roll a Constitution saving throw with advantage to see if you can calm down. Or a Wisdom saving throw, sorry. I keep saying Constitution.
Wisdom. No, that's okay.
You look like you have something you want to do.
I'm gonna go with just my first one because I got a 20.
You're out of it now. And you see the carnage. The guard is going after Fester and goes, I'm so sorry. And goes to make sure that he's going back in his cell. Paeris, what do you want to do?
I am fairly sure I have the ability. Oh, yeah, there it is. Nimble. I'm going to use that ability, halfling ability, to move through the space of any creature that is a size larger than yours. I would like to get into his space. I would like to use my bee knife to tear his pants into bees.
Do it! Yay! Do it! You do this, and they start singing him, and he's like, oh God! Ah! The guards drag him away.
And I'm just gonna like...
Wait, and that was to Fester?
Yeah, that was to Fester. Now his dick is getting stung.
Nice.
He's getting stung.
Yep.
It's just bad time. But in the aftermath, are you guys?
Okay.
You calm down from Tasha's hideous laughter eventually. You're bandaged up. You're bandaged up and healed. Ellie, you're fine. Wick is shaken.
Is there any way I can save that guard?
He's dead.
Okay.
So Lilith just completely snapped out of it?
Yep.
What have I done?
Lilith, don't you for one moment think that had anything to do with
I hurt you!
It wasn't
That's not
you.
I wasn't strong enough.
No.
I just barged in and it was my fault.
Maybe we should get out of here. Give her a second to process.
You guys are no longer in like the room. Time has passed and things are starting to settle down. You only just got out of your spell. You've been laughing this whole time and your friends had to break you.
He was an innocent man. And I killed him.
But you didn't do it of your own choice or your control.
That doesn't change the fact that I took his life.
It does. I mean, you did, but it wasn't you. You were puppeted by that man.
He said I had no control of my emotions. And then one moment I was fine, I was confident, I felt like I had the upper hand, and then one moment I lost it.
I don't know how there's not some sort of magical barrier on this place. I can't believe they let him. He shouldn't have been able to do that.
A guard comes in, or a guard has been here and just says, he's never done that.
It doesn't matter if he's done it before, though. What I'm saying is there should be some sort of barrier around the whole place. Nobody should be able to do magic in here.
Usually we have runes, the sort of arcane crystal lamps, decompress magic in the control chamber. That's what it's for. But he hasn't used magic since getting here.
It didn't work.
Lilith.
Tell me, that tattoo on his shoulder, did he have that before or after he got here?
Before.
Fuck.
Wait, and this is Wick. What's this about the tattoo?
It was an old mark of Foltus, and I can't help but wonder if the reason he killed your family
Was because he was under control of Foltus.
Not just that. Someone I was very close to formerly once told me that Foltus has gotten far worse since what happened 80 years ago. And I'm wondering if this is what he meant.
And with that, we're going to end tonight's session.